This project came about perhaps when I was a little girl. I knew that there was something missing in my schools. Being predominantly white institutions, being in rural schools in Kentucky, there was always a piece that I was missing, particularly around Black history or learning about the fact that my grandparents were the ones who desegregated the schools in our local county. The Freedom School movement, 1964 Freedom Summer in Mississippi. And I was able to revisit this, I guess, desire, this need from my past self. And I said, you know, if they could do it in 1964, why not go back to Zion, go to Meade County, Kentucky, and fill some gaps, fill some needs in terms of Black youth and Black communities feeling as if they are valued and that they matter, and that their education and the relationship with learning matters.
One of my ultimate goals of when I went to college is like, my community has done so much for me. And so I wanted to figure out a way to bring that information and how I could help them in the best way that I possibly can with the skills that I'm learning. And also seeing the community members themselves realize how much of a full circle moment it is, and realizing how much of their history, their past, has been ingrained kind of in the educational tools we have in our schools and the textbooks we read about and the history that we learn about. And so kind of watching the community members recognize how much their history is actually being taught or not taught within the schools.
You know, those firsthand stories are so important when we're learning about how the systems were created, how we could dismantle them with that wisdom that our Black elders give us, you know, within the communities that we was raised and the communities that are deeply rooted within the Black history. When we go into those communities and when we ask them their stories, that is firsthand history right there, because we're hearing the experiences and the history that they have lived through and that we have seen in our textbooks. Just seeing the actual history that we learn, it's so enlightening because, you know, our elders give us so much wisdom and give us the answers to how we could dismantle these systems within our world today and our society today.
This project, I go from elder women to young women adults to young men who are ages 18 to 25 or whatever, up through elder men, and then seeing the kids in the room today. Yes.
Watching the kids kind of get really excited, the kids were actually engaged. They were really excited to participate in this type of activity and wanting to even themselves kind of become the teacher and being able to take on that public speaking role.
So at the end of the day, we want our youth to walk away from here knowing how to cope with anti-Blackness, knowing how to speak up in class, knowing more about themselves and their own Black local history so that they feel good as learners.
And to continue to spread Black history and let our people know that it's okay. You can have pride and take pride in our history and us as people.